What's going on, friends? Logan Myers here, back for 31 Days of Horror. Tonight we're doing another John Carpenter film, the second entry in the Apocalypse Trilogy. John Carpenter's Apocalypse Trilogy. The first one being The Thing, the second movie, Prince of Darkness, and the third being In the Mouth of Madness, which I absolutely love, and I'll also be doing a review of that film this month. We know John Carpenter, he likes to bring some actors back in other films, people he likes to work with. Prince of Darkness on the cover is Donald Pleasance himself playing the priest, which is Father Loomis. So he got creative with that name of the character. But essentially the setup of the film is the priest, the father, finds this cylinder of green goo. It looks like the 1990s Nickelodeon slime. It's going around in the cylinder, like an aquarium kind of thing. And it's stationed in this old abandoned church. And Father Loomis doesn't really know what it is, so he reaches out to his good friend that's a professor at the local school, played by Victor Wong, which was also John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. Professor's teaching a course, these scientists, but they're students going back for their PhD, brings them into this investigation of this green liquidy material up at this church, so he brings them in to investigate and figure out what exactly it is. Right off the bat, the characters in this movie are pretty much forgettable. There's so much build up with the science and religion aspect of the story that you forget about the characters. You don't really know their names and you don't really care about them. So with like most John Carpenter films, the score is absolutely fantastic. It's like a mix between The Thing and Christine, and throwing some church organs and church music like that, but it really sets the eerie tone of this abandoned, deserted church. Again, great special effects, great practical effects. Once these students come across this liquid, it kind of possesses them and zombifies them, and really they're the host of this liquid that we find out is Satan's juice or the devil juice. So it's kind of a cool aspect of the writing. I mean, this is a straight bonkers movie when it comes to writing because it's all over the place. And kudos to John Carpenter for really giving it a shot and not really caring and making a film he wanted to do, because this was put out on his own. He didn't go to a major studio. And that's the reason this movie flopped so bad, because it wasn't put out by a major studio and the critics hated it when it came out. But over the years it became, a cult classic that we all know and love in the John Carpenter universe. Overall, I had a decent time with this. This is the first time I've ever watched Prince of Darkness the whole way through. First few times were a little painful. It was a little slow. But after making my way through this, in terms of the story, John Carpenter didn't give a shit. He wrote a story he wanted to write. He didn't care about backlash or anything like that. He wanted to make a movie he wanted to make and have full creative control over that. But in terms of the veterans in the John Carpenter franchise, Donald Pleasance, Victor Wong, they were the best characters in this movie. The rest of the supporting actors, these students, were pretty terrible, and a bunch of characters we didn't care about, but just really enjoyed the kill scenes of them. Again, the score, the directing was great. The camera work was excellent. You could tell it's a John Carpenter film. This is probably one of John Carpenter's weaker films. Just in terms, because the story was kind of all over the place and some of the main characters you just don't care about. But in terms of the practical effects and score and things like that, those are top notch. It's a movie, if you haven't seen it, it's worth checking out at least once. If you're a huge fan of John Carpenter, you got to see this at least once. But overall, I'm going to give John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness a 2.5 out of 5 priest hair pieces. Ooh. So what did you guys think of John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe. This is Logan Myers signing out from the deserted church. Hopefully that old green ooze won't find me. Until next time in the next 31 Days of Horror review. Cheers!